traveling a long way to come here and watch us play and support us during the playoff here. I think it's great to see.
Now you can really feel the buzz around the city.
Long 8 days, but we're ready to go.
Avs fans, you have waited this long, and now the wait is nearly over.
The emotion is so raw, even just covering it, like you almost get like teared up.
Players face a media frenzy as Denver makes the final preparations for the Stanley Cup crowns.
You get to play in front of your home fans. It's incredible. They've been so good all playoffs.
We're getting you ready with everything you need to know before tomorrow's Stanley Cup kickoff in Denver.
And no matter where you plan to watch, the weather is looking gorgeous for Game 1 of the final. I'll have your sunny game day forecast coming up.
And facing a critical shortage, blood donation centers in Colorado need your help.
Patients truly depend on these donations to survive.
Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us for Denver 7 News at 5 tonight. I'm Shannon Ogden.
Good evening. I'm Ann Trujillo. The Avs and their fans had 8 full days to rest up, and now there's just one more night of sleep until the Stanley Cup final begins.
So tomorrow, Ball Arena, Tivoli Quad right next door, and frankly, any bar in downtown Denver is going to be packed with Avs fans.
And homes.
That's right. And today, the spotlight was on players for Media Day.
And we have full team coverage of everything you may have missed. And kicking us off is Denver 7's Russell Haythorne, who is joining us live at Ball Arena.
Yeah, and it is about to be a party in downtown Denver. The banners are up on the west side of Ball Arena. The ESPN stage is set just in front of me, and these players seem as prepared as they can be to take the ice and try to bring home the cup. Media Day had the Avs grateful for all the well wishes and fans.
Throughout the playoffs, our building has been unbelievable. It's been one of the loudest, if not the loudest.
The city, state, and region rallying around this team.
My kids have been really excited. They're really looking forward to it. They've made a lot of friends around Denver, and their friends seem to be excited, and definitely the parents have been very supportive and excited as well. So it's been great in the community.
It's obviously great, all the support we get, and I mean, people just traveling a long way to come here and watch us play.
It's amazing. I like the walk a lot, and when I walk outside, everybody, I feel like everybody know me, they wish luck for the team. So it feels nice, I never think it's gonna be big.
This is typically the lobby of Ball Arena as you enter for the games, but today it is a massive media room with media from across the country and around the world.
I'll say this about traveling here. Getting off the plane, we're not used to the high 90s. That was a shocker.
Jonathan Lindquist is with Swedish television following 2 of the greatest in this Stanley Cup final, Gabriel Landeskog and Tampa's Victor Hedman.
This is probably the 2 biggest Swedish stars that are playing each other in a final since probably Håkan Loob and Mats Nason back in the 80s. Denver, for Swedes, it's a special relationship because Peter Forsberg played for so many years.
The biggest part for even all of us here is to just be this moment will never happen again.
As far as best places to catch the game tomorrow night, if you don't want to spend $600 on a ticket, which is what they're going for in the nosebleeds right now, you can catch the game. There's a huge watch party over at the Tivoli Quad. That's about 200 yards south of Ball Arena on the Auraria campus. They plan to have 8 bars set up in the courtyard with a huge 250-foot monitor. And then also McGregor Square has applied for a permit for a watch party with the city as well. The city telling me just a few minutes ago that there are no indications that that permit won't be approved. So McGregor Square, another great place to catch the game. And the good thing about those 2 watch parties, you guys, is they are both free of charge and open to the public. So come on down. Here we go. Stanley Cup playoffs or Stanley Cup finals about to begin here at Ball Arena. We're live for now. We'll toss it back to you guys.
Russ, if the reporters are excited, it's exciting out there. Russ, thanks very much. So now to give us an in-depth look at how players are getting ready for tomorrow, our sports director Lionel Bienvenu joins us.
And Lionel, today Joe Sakic compared this year's team to that very special championship team he captained 21 years ago.
Yeah, and he said there are definitely similarities between those two. How deep the team is, how tough they are, and how good the defense is. And it's going to take all hands on deck for the Avs to beat the 2-time defending champs, and they're taking on one of the best goalies in the league as well. As you saw, today was Media Day at Ball Arena, and the Stanley Cup and the Conn Smythe Trophy were on full display for all to see, including the players who are holding their press conferences in the same room. Now, a lot of these guys are superstitious. Just being around the cup makes them nervous, As we talked to Captain Gabe Landeskog and Bowen Byram today, they knew the cup was there, but they stayed away from it.
I saw it over there. Yeah, I saw it. I try to focus on something that somebody else was asking me. I don't want to stare at it too much, but obviously it's the presence of the Stanley Cup. I mean, that's what it is, and you can feel it. You can feel the buzz in the city, and you can, it's motivating and it's very exciting.
The cup is in the room. Will you look at it? Will you do anything, or just hands off at this point? I don't even want to see it.
I didn't even make eye contact with it. Yeah, no. Like I said, we know what we're playing for, and hopefully at the end of this series we'll be lifting it over our head. So that's when we'll get to see it.
Lift it over the head. Don't make eye contact. Look away. It was so funny. I certainly went up there and stood next to it. It was beautiful. Anyway, a couple of notes. Number one, goalie Darcy Kemper has been cleared to play, but Coach Jared Bednar is not going to announce a starter just yet. And Nazem Kadri is still day-to-day recovering from surgery on his thumb. Ann, back to you.
We're crossing our fingers, Lionel.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. And right now, tickets for Game 1, they're actually dropping in price, of course not by much. According to Ticketmaster, you can score a nosebleed seat for just under $600. Floor seats are going for about $5,000 on average. And if you are going to the game, yes, the Tivoli Quad or downtown RTD is adding some extra train cars to the downtown area to help accommodate the growing crowds. RTD is also making sure the A-line from the airport to Union Station is fully staffed, just to make sure that there are no disruptions to service. And whether you're heading to a bar or watching from your couch, Denver 7 is your home for the Stanley Cup Final.
So Game 1 and every single game will air right here on Denver 7. Puck drops at 6, but our team coverage begins bright and early. Tomorrow, Brian Sanders will be anchoring our morning shows live at Ball Arena, along with all of our reporters throughout the Denver Metro. We'll have full in-depth coverage through the day in our newscasts.
And then the pregame show kicks off at 5:30, and the Denver 7 postgame show will begin right after the game. All lanes are back open on I-70 near Glenwood Springs after a series of small wildfires sparked near the interstate. Now, crews haven't said exactly what caused the fire. And 6 people were killed on I-25 yesterday in 2 major crashes in northern Colorado.
So the first crash was just east of Longmont. It involved 4 cars and a semi. And police say the 26-year-old semi driver rear-ended a Ford Edge, killing all 5 people inside, including a 3-month-old. And all the victims were from Gillette, Wyoming. One other person in another vehicle was injured. It's unclear at this hour if that semi-truck driver will face any charges. And the second crash was just south of Firestone. It involved a semi and a motorcycle, and the person on the motorcycle was killed. And police have not said who was at fault.
CDPHE is closing nearly 50 COVID-19 community testing sites at the end of the month. The state says it is currently processing about 2,000 tests per day, and the remaining sites that will stay open have the capacity to run 8,000 tests per day. All counties in the Denver Metro are still under the CDC's high-risk community level for COVID-19. And to find a testing site near you, visit covid19.colorado.gov/testing.
And today is World Blood Donor Day, and people in Colorado really need your help tonight. Blood Donation Center Vitalant says they have a critical need for donations, which have decreased over the last few months.
Here in Colorado, we've actually seen about 3,000 fewer blood donations in April and May than we had last year. So there's definitely a drop in donations year over year. And we're encouraging anyone who's healthy and able to come and give blood when it's most convenient for them.
And if you can donate, you might consider reaching out to Vitalant. Make an appointment. You can do that online by visiting vitalant.org.
They're having to fight their uniforms constantly just to be able to perform the same functions that the men are.
Uniforms designed for men, now redesigned by women.
We just took a look at it and thought, we can do better.
2 Fort Collins women are altering the standard for female firefighters.
And swaying left or swaying right, it's all in the numbers.
What we found is that a rational observer should really strongly consider the biases that a person has when they weight their decision making.
The political opinions of those around you can have a big impact on which party you side with and how you vote. We're breaking down the reasons why.
Birds of a feather flock together.